It's Week 10 of the NFL, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Colts and the Barons, next on Madden NFL 22.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at this Brooklyn ball club. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they come in riding high, just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
Here's the punter, Rigoberto Sanchez, on to get us started. And we are underway from Brooklyn. Taking it about the 1. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
First carry for the former Tar Heel, Michael Carter. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On 2nd and 9, Wilson. This is the tight end, Njoku. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 4th down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
That'll go as a 42-yard punt. They'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. Leading the charge under center will be their 6'5" quarterback, Carson Wentz. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Wentz. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. 1st and 10, Taylor now. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now on 2nd and 13. Wentz. He'll get this off to Taylor. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Wentz will give to Taylor on the draw. And this is going to be a Colts first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a give to Taylor. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They give to Taylor out of the gun, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? Five or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Second and 7. On the handoff, this is Taylor. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Throwing is Wentz. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Gonzalez's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. 5-3 their record at the halfway point, and you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple things working against them, and number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick. Let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Caught on the right side by Adams. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here, just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. A 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment for them in the second half of the season?
Well, I think that the road gets a little bit tougher for them. And when I look at their schedule, I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult. But this is a good team, so I'm going to go with 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment, too.
Back to Taylor on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Zach Pascal, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. And this one is incomplete. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
Another run on 2nd down with Carter. A very good move, but for a short gain out near the 32. Wilson going to give to Carter on the draw. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Let's go.
Here's Braden Mann now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film, just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 50 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Now they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now we've got whistles, and that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on second down. Now wins. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go any.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Colts pick it up. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
We gonna shut. Come on, set. 17, 18 the mark. Come on. Mike 18, Mike 18.
So that challenge, a successful one. They'll start on the ground. Carter. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there. And it helps him move the sticks.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were.
On
1st down, right back to Carter. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, it's Brooklyn in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Now it's Wilson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
The offense on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. It's caught here by Adams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter.
Powering forward, and he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
It was Kwity Paye who made the stop coming off the edge. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap and a give to Carter. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Hard throw, incomplete. On now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retakes center stage. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the handoff, Taylor. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 60 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. That is incomplete. Robert Tonyan, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. Open man left side, it's the tight end Tonyan. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And he's going to bring the football back for a touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
To try here for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retake center stage. Now the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Point after try forthcoming. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Carson Wentz and the Colt offense ready to go back to work. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. From the gun, it's Taylor. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from second and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. That'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
Leverage.
big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Play action. Now Wilson. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. DeForest Buckner able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. And they'll send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Able to slither by. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Wentz going to throw. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. From midfield, here's Wentz. Got a man and he hits him in stride.
7 yards to pick up there.
They'll fake the give to Taylor. Now Wentz.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's a give to Carter. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. This will be a jet sweep to Crowder. There to stop him was Darius Leonard. Now it's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, they run with Carter. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. And this offense on 3rd down today, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Throw right side complete to Carter. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And a look now at the defense as they head back out there onto the field. And a big reason they have the lead right now, as we see on the screen, their 3 turnovers.
And how about the emotion now that the defensive team is generating for the entire team? Creating the turnovers, what they call takeaways, and turning those into points for their team. That's why they have the lead, and that's got to be exciting for those guys on the defensive side of the ball.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he goes out of bounds and looks like right at the 50. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Now Taylor. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The Colts on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. Wentz. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he is going to have a Colts first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Into the red zone. Wentz firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Wentz to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown. Robert Tunyon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And they've got just over 50 seconds to go till halftime, so they can try to put something together if they want. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Wilson. And he fires one incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now Wilson on first down. A throw to the flat for Carter. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's second down and 10.
So we've reached. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Taylor. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Wentz going to try and throw on third. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
Another run on second down with Carter. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss. On 3rd down, Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Julian Blackman. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were in nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding. That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wentz.
A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he's got his big tight end here.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Wentz again. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Okay, baby,
Second and 6. The 26-yard line.
Wentz going to give this to Taylor.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
96 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, Wentz. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Quinnen Williams, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing. Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going for it all. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now a look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first. Now this from 43. Gonzalez's kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22. A handoff for Carter. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They bring their punter out there now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now Wentz. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Taylor. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this could be coming back. So that one will be accepted. Throwing now is Wentz. He's going to find Gallup here complete. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete.
These guys had to settle for a field goal last time moving the ball down the field. They may have to do it again on this drive. That could be frustrating.
Yeah, I don't want to be cliche, but at least they were able to get 3 last time. 3 here, not the worst thing in the world. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. The give to Taylor. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. We'll check on his status when we get back. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
To the right side, this is Taylor. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down. Wentz now to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Gonzalez's kick is good. And with that, the lead changes hands here in this third quarter. So that a second drive ending in a field goal now here in the third.
Yeah, the first one got them closer, and this one gets them to lead, but I don't think they should fall in love with kicking field goals. They're going to need to put the ball in the end zone if they want to finish off this game with a win.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty. So that'll back him up 5.
Let's go, on the set. 53, check 53. 6-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls. Check.
Carter with it. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. But we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Throwing is Wilson. He'll check this one down to Carter. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Adams. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
I like the fact that they didn't overcomplicate things on that call. 3rd and 2. Just run the quick little hitch, which they did. Ball's out of quarterback's hands. And yes, indeed, they pick up the first down.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll run. It's Carter. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 80 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. And sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Wilson here, pass caught by Carter. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Here's Wilson. Uncorks one for Davis. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Late game, that hurts. Take the the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Colts set to take over here offensively. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Wentz. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far, and 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now a give to Taylor. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with a throw to the safety valve, and it's 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. To throw is Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 44, Wilson. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. There's Wilson to throw. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. And that's on big Mekhi Becton, first-round pick in 2020. Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long. From the shotgun, Wilson. Looking deep for Adams. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line. The field position game off often so overlooked, but this offense is going to be backed up deep. What an ideal punt.
And now, this stage of the game, when they need the drive to try and put themselves in a position to win it, you talk about going the long field, the very long field. This could be a 99-yard drive if they're able to accomplish it.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back near the goal line, here's Wentz. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Working from the gun, Wentz. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Yeah, they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On 1st and 10, it's Carter. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now Wilson. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Grover Stewart. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
Third and long, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. So they bring out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. Indy set to go on offense once more. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. On 1st down, it's Taylor. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Back to Taylor on first down.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
You gotta be kidding me. Come on now. Come on now. Let's go.
On play action, Wentz.
He'll fire this deep for Gallup.
Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for Indy.
I tell you, when Carson Wentz can really step into one and get that 6'5" frame behind it, he can really launch it.
And we often talk about hang time for punts, but in this case, we should probably calculate the hang time on that throw because that one hung up there for a long time and managed to keep going and going until it found its target.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. To throw, it's Wentz. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Sheldon Rankins in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Wentz going to throw.
Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred the defense.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Gonzalez's kick is good. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the fourth. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. Able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4, 2nd and 6. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Now it's Wilson. It's caught here by Adams. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. Now it's Wilson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku, and he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
They'll run on first down. Carter, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Another run on 2nd down with Carter. He'll be dropped at the 30. The first broken tackle couldn't bust him free. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Wilson going to give to Carter on the draw. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. So the failure to convert, no doubt, really hurts. But this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help them big way. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a first down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. To throw is Wentz. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick in the game forthcoming from the left hash. This from 46. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that will push the lead up to 5. So it's another field goal here. He may need to ice his leg after this one. That's now 5 field goals converted in this game alone.
Yeah, get the trainer. They're going to need this guy. And they've needed every single one of the field goals he's made, too. If they're going to get out of here with a win, I say he gets a game ball.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down on the scoreboard, 1:46 to go. And their 4-game winning streak in great danger. Here's Wilson. And oh, that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Draw play, Carter. And he stopped immediately there. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Completes to Njoku, and he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And that disastrous play, partner, is ultimately going to seal their fate in this one, isn't it?
It certainly is, because they gave up the 2 points, but that's not really what did it. It's happened to give up the football. And because they gave up the football, guess what? The other team now can take the ball and close this game out.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. This is taken at the 23. Final score now from Atlanta. And the Falcons, they wind up winning that one. Jimmy Garoppolo, he was the story there with 4 touchdown passes. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Indianapolis, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens.